Hello, I'm feng shui consultant and healthy lifestyle designer Karen Rauch. It's my job to help people get to the life of their dreams. You know what their number one thing that stops them is? Clutter! Yep, the number one thing that keeps people in their tracks, not going anywhere, is clutter. If you can get rid of the stuff that's holding you back and free yourself to allow the opportunities that life has to come your way, and you actually have space for it, you're going to get to that life of your dreams. So I'm going to give you 5 tips that I think, if you implement them, will help you get to the end of your clutter clearing process and into the life of your dreams. Number 1, you got to be clear on what your future looks like. What does your dream future hold for you? What does it smell like? What does it feel like? What does it look like? What does it taste like? What does it sound like? Write down very clearly what your dream life looks, feels, smells, all the senses. What's it all about? So that when you run into something, let's call it a baggie full of wires, and you hold up the life of your dreams, living on a yacht, traveling around the world, you go, I don't think I need this, right? So the more you can be clear on your future, the easier it will be to make a decision about the stuff that's in your space, all right? Tip number 2, ready for this one? Just know emotions and feelings are going to come up. This is not a sign that you should stop or you should put everything back in its where it was and keep all the clutter. This is a showing up of what used to be running the show, keeping you in the current life that you have. All those unresourceful beliefs, emotions and thoughts and guilt and sadness and fear, all the things that come up. Does that feel good? No. That's the stuff that's keeping you in the old life. We want to get to the new life. And so what you're going to do, tip number 2, is you're going to write down those feelings, acknowledge them. Thank you for showing up again. Your input was heard, but I'm going to be continuing on decluttering into my future life, all right? So this is what's going to break you free and help you start exercising the muscles of getting what you want, not what your subconscious, unresourceful beliefs and thoughts that aren't working for your dream life want, all right? It's going to be weird. I just ran into some volleyball shoes in my own house. I'm like going, what? I'm not playing volleyball anymore. I don't see it in my dream future. But man, throwing out those volleyball shoes after playing for years like I did, I felt it all. Is that going to stop me? No. I'm going to carry on, get to my dream life. I'm not going to let those feelings stop me. By golly, in my dream life, I've got so much money that I'll be able to afford any pair of volleyball shoes I want, given the time, if I ever want to play again, all right? That's how your dream life should start looking. So put your emotions down on paper. You can feel sad, guilt, whatever you want later. It's all right there, written down. You're decluttering now. Stay on task. Tip number 3, what's going on in your life is going on in your house. What's closest to you has the most impact on you. These are all the feng shui rules that I follow. So let's work with this. Where to start in your decluttering world? We've just kicked out some decluttering thoughts. That's pretty close to you. What's closest to you has the most impact on you. So let's go for some other things. Food, water, stuff that goes on your skin, toiletries, medicines, things that go in your body and on your body. That's where I'd recommend you start decluttering first, all right? Take everything out of the refrigerator, throw away all old, outdated food, things that are got freezer burn, because does your dream life have freezer burn food in it? No. Build the dream life. Maybe you say, but I don't have enough money to... This is what's stopping you. This is what's stopping you. Do it and allow the opportunities to show up. You will get enough money to buy the good food if you create space for it, okay? Don't be caught by those unresourceful beliefs. That's another one that goes down in tip number 2. Write down these unresourceful beliefs. The more you can start to acknowledge them, the more they'll be out, all right? Tip number 4. Number 3 was work with what's closest to you. Tip number 4 is, as long as you've got stuff uncluttered and you've got all the stuff around you that supports you, why not double down on that support by placing things in your home with feng shui principles? Now, you might or might not know that I wrote the book, Move Your Stuff, Change Your Life. And if you don't know about it, this has all really whole bunch of good, helpful tips about how to organize your house so that it supports you and gives you enough energy for relationships, love, money, health, etc. So feel free to jump in, and now with all the clutter gone, arranging your stuff so that it fully supports you. All right? Tip number 5, get some support during this transitional time. Declutter the naysayers. Bring somebody in that you know, a friend, a group that can support you during this time. Because everybody needs a little shoulder to lean on every once in a while, somebody that's got your back when you're feeling weak, right? So get support during this whole transitional time. If you can do those 5 things to keep you motoring along and keep somebody cheering you on all the way to the finish line, you will get there, and you will get to that life of your dreams, free from the declutter, free from the clutter after you've decluttered. All right, so I have a decluttering bootcamp that if you'd like to follow along with these things and get my support as well as the fellow declutterers in the group support, because we're going to have a Facebook group that's going to show like befores and afters that people are going to share. You're going to learn tips from other people, as well as help unearth those unresourceful thoughts and beliefs and things that have stopped you in the past, because this is the time that you are going to finish this and get to the end and get to your future life. We all beg of you to show up in the world as your ultimate gift in the world, right? So we want everybody to be that. And people that are walking around with just sadness and overwhelm and guilt in their life, they're just not showing up as the full authentic them as they can be. So I hope that you can get that support, follow these 5 tips, and if not, feel free to join the Decluttering Bootcamp, because I know with a place of safety and support to help get people through this, it is making lives worth living. So I invite you to come along for the ride. Click on the Decluttering Bootcamp link and register now. Thanks. Bye-bye.